So there seems to be an emerging trend of sorts, especially in India, which would previously get the regular sedan or its full-blown sporty alternative. Now manufacturers have slowly started to realize that there is a substantial market for that mid-level sporty sedan. Now BMW recently launched one such model in the form of the M340i, and today Audi follows suit with the S5 Sportback. Welcome to Auto Today. My name is Abhik, and today I'm going to tell you about the Audi S5 Sportback. But before that, a quick reminder for you to subscribe to the channel for the latest automotive content. Now, Audi makes things easier by classifying their regular sedans with even numbers. So you've got the A4, A6, A8. While the odd numbers are reserved for the sportier sedans or their coupes, S-Line and even the full-blown RS models. Now this gorgeous coupe shape should tell you that this is a sporty sedan, while the subtle S badges would remind you that this isn't a full-blown RS5. So what's the difference? How is it to drive? Well, I'm going to leave you to soak in the beautiful design and exteriors while I go ahead and prepare to tell you just how this car can be the perfect cure for your Monday morning blues. This new for 2021 Audi S5 Sportback is essentially a facelift, so there are only subtle changes to the exterior. The front end now gets a slightly wider grille, the LED headlamps have been reworked, and the air dams on the lower bumper look sportier in line with the RS models. The sides remain unchanged and highlights the clean coupe lines, while the rear sees reworked LED taillights. In typical Audi fashion, the interior is top-notch. Quality materials and finish definitely lifts the in-cabin experience. What has changed is the center console, which doesn't carry forward the MMI controller for the 10.1-inch touchscreen. The 12.3-inch virtual cockpit remains, but we would have much liked the central touchscreen to have been more cohesive with the dashboard design, as the floating unit may come across as an afterthought. Wireless charging and wireless Android Auto or Apple CarPlay are disappointing omissions. Now this is where you'd want to be in an Audi, behind the steering wheel, and I know some of you out there may not agree with me, but I for one am a huge fan of how Audis go around corners, simply because of the quattro all-wheel drive system. Now the trick is to understand the power distribution of the quattro system, and once you've gotten a hang of it, it's very easy to make use of its leech-like grip, giving you so much traction and so much confidence, making it such a fun experience to go around corners. And you might be looking at the power figures scrolling on your screen right now, and a 4.8 second run to 100 kilometers per hour is pretty quick, but the S5 Sportback Quattro makes it such a fun experience. And that's simply again because of the Quattro system's immense grip. The turbo V6 petrol under the hood does deliver all its horsepower and torque very aggressively, and that feeling is amplified with the throaty exhaust note. Along with that, you've got a sharp chassis and steering setup, and that makes for quick direction changes, making this car so much fun to drive. Sure, the S5 is a fast car, but that's not what makes it better than, say, an RS model. It's the overall usability of the S5 that is more appealing. I mean, you can push this car hard around corners and it will have some amount of body roll, but on the other hand, the suspension is capable enough for a supple and a sort of a comfortable ride quality on a day-to-day basis. It can definitely take the undulations, the odd pothole in its stride and still manage to make you feel comfortable and not have your back broken. Apart from that, you've still got the sharpness of the chassis and the steering for you to slice through traffic or even go out to a set of twisties and have a lot of fun with this car. This car, the S5 Sportback, definitely makes you believe that the perfect compromise does exist. You see, the limitations of an all-out sports car or even a sports sedan is the fact that you can't ever use their full potential, their full might out on public roads, leaving you with the option to head to your nearest racetrack, and let's face it, there are far and few in India, only 3 to be precise. Which means that as a daily driver, something like the S5 Sportback seems perfect. It can easily trundle about town, offering you a comfortable ride with its mild road manners, while the trickle-down RS genes come to fore as soon as you press hard on the accelerator. The only downsides being a slight lack of features for a car that we are estimating to be priced around the 80 lakh rupees mark, as it's a CBU import. So is it still the answer to your Monday morning blues? Hell yes.